The FBI has opened an inquiry into 6 Democratic members of Congress who President Trump accused of seditious behavior.
The group appeared in a video last week that called on service members and members of the intelligence community to refuse illegal orders. Erica Brown has new details from the White House tonight.
Well, Erica and Jill, the FBI is now seeking to interview a group of Democratic lawmakers as part of a probe following their controversial message to the U.S. military, with President Trump previously condemning that message and sparking backlash. CBS News has learned the FBI has launched a probe into 6 Democratic lawmakers who urged U.S. service members not to follow unlawful orders. The inquiry comes after the members of Congress, who are all veterans of the military or intelligence community, addressed the military in this recorded video.
We must refuse illegal orders.
Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin is one of the lawmakers behind the message.
We had a ton of folks in uniform and a lot of veterans come to us and raise real concerns about things that they were asked to do or things that they were concerned they might be asked to do, particularly with the deployments of the National Guard and uniformed military into our city streets, places like Chicago, and the strikes in the Caribbean.
The Pentagon launched a separate probe Monday into Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, a retired Navy captain, accusing him of misconduct and threatening to recall him to active duty to face a court-martial.
I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be intimidated.
Now, President Trump last week accused the lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death. And those lawmakers say since then they've received death threats.
What the president said is very serious. I didn't think he would step over that line, calling for the execution of members of Congress. And because of what he says, there is now an increased threats against us. I'm not going to get into, details on my personal security, but as the husband of Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, I understand what political violence is.
The White House maintains the lawmakers who recorded the video should be held accountable. Now, Democratic leaders in Congress have warned against political violence they say could be caused by the controversy. And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says he's asked for special Capitol Police protection for some lawmakers. Reporting from the White House, Erica Brown, CBS News, Chicago.